Alright, let's talk about why Jin's new music video for Don't Say You Love Me hurts in such a beautiful way. The opening shot is simple, just his face. But if you look closer, he's not dead center, he's slightly off. That tiny imbalance tells you right away that this is a guy who's not okay. He's present, but emotionally checked out. The blurry city behind him looks like the world moving on while he's stuck. Then we cut to this. Se-kyung in the car, Jin outside. I love how the director frames Jin through the car's rear window, boxed in, distant, almost like a memory she's trying to drive away from. And look at her, blurred, facing away. And then in the next shot, we see Jin being blurred. That's physical distance mirroring emotional distance, clean but brutal. What really hits, though, is this wide rooftop shot. Jin's tiny figure swallowed by these skyscrapers. It's like the city is closing in on him. He looks so small, so left behind. The bright daylight almost feels mocking. The song is painful, but the sun's out, acting like it's a normal day. That contrast is perfect. Even this drone shot, top down, zoomed out, it screams, "You're alone now." The car drives off, curving out of frame, and Jin's just left there, still waiting. It's so simple, but emotionally heavy. The next part really leans into that I'm stuck feeling. The camera tracks him in profile, and he's not really going anywhere. Wide open space, but he's boxed in by that low pink wall and the towering glass buildings. That's visual irony. He's caged by his own thoughts. And then comes a line. I really thought I made up my mind. Right on cue, he looks down. The tiny head tilt feels so human, like his body is saying, I thought I had this figured out, but maybe not. Subtle, but it hits. Cut to this new scene. Jin in a high-rise apartment, reading something, probably a letter. Notice that his posture, with his head tilted, is an exact parallel of himself in the previous shot, except in this shot, Jin is wearing a striped t-shirt. Now, that matters. In this music video, Jin and Se-kyung wear either black or white. Clear visual codes for reality, memory, or imagination. But here, stripes. He's not in either domain. It's a visual limbo. Behind him, Marina's Bay Sands looms, a reminder of where he is physically versus where he is emotionally. The world outside keeps shining, keeps living. Jin is stuck in a loop. As the lyrics go, hopped in the car and put it in drive. The lighting turns cold, blue toned. Jin looks down, closed off. He's trying to convince himself to move on, but the lighting betrays him. Sterile, suffocating, like his own mind closing in. We pull back to a wide shot. Jin on the bed, dwarfed by huge windows. The city outside feels cold and different. So much space, yet he feels cornered. Jin is just sitting there, slumped, surrounded by everyday mess, clothes, paintings, plants, all these little life details that make his space feel lived in, but also frozen in time. He's not moving, not cleaning, not escaping. He is stuck, and visually you can feel it. Then comes a stretch. Simple movement, arms up, back arching, but emotionally it screams exhaustion. Not just tiredness, but emotional heaviness. Behind him, the Singapore flyer turns slowly. Symbolically, it's perfect. You go up, you come down, like emotional highs and lows, round and round. He's stuck. Next, we see him on the floor, reading, slouched, defeated, surrounded by brushes, books, things that should represent life, creativity. But here, just noise, distractions from the real pain. Not crying, not angry, just numb. That quiet, detached lighting makes it even heavier. And then this overhead shot. What's clever here is how the camera looks down at him. He's being visually pressed into the couch, almost like the weight of the breakup is physically pushing him down. Around him, you see moving boxes, scattered objects. Like he should be moving on, but mentally, he's not even close. Now comes a shift. Jin scrolling through his phone, casual. Marina Bay Sands in the background, soft daylight. For a moment, things feel light, normal. Then, suddenly, his expression shifts as he notices something or someone approaching. His eyes widen slightly in surprise. In the next moment, a white pillow comes flying at him from off screen. His instinctive reaction is to raise his arms to shield himself, caught completely off guard. The camera lingers on his reaction. A close up as the white pillow makes contact, his gaze following the ambush. It's a rare, playful moment in this music video, breaking through the heaviness. This sudden, lighthearted attack contrasts with the emotional weight of the lyrics on screen. Oh, you never meant to hurt me, but you're making it hard. Next, we see Se-kyung running down a hallway, wearing all white outfits, back turned, hand brushing against the wall. Se-kyung turns back, throwing a look over her shoulder. The image is slightly blurred, as if Jin's mind can't recall every detail perfectly. It's a faint, soft memory, yet emotionally vivid. We cut to Jin in a white shirt, stepping into the hallway where she just was. His expression is tense, like he's still processing, still wanting to catch up, but unsure if he should. Back to the striped t-shirt Jin, looking straight at the camera while the line hits. Don't tell me that you're gonna miss me. His face is calm, but heavy. Suddenly, a bright, soft focus shot cuts in. Se-kyung is now behind a sheer white curtain, her figure barely visible. The light is glowing, dreamlike. This isn't happening now. This is either Jin's memory of her or his imagination of a time when she was still playful, still within reach. The curtain symbolizes the thin line between their current distance and what they used to have. The next lyric, just tell me that you want to kill me, adds a sharp emotional punch. The curtain shields her, but it's thin, fragile, like the emotional barrier between them. Cut back to reality. Jin, head on his arms at the table. Distant, detached, muted colors, cold blues, grays, faded sunlight. Even the light feels indifferent. And then there are the cups. Two of them, front and center. Simple, plain, but they say everything. Two cups should mean two people. Connection, conversation. But here, they're cold, still, untouched. One for him, one for no one. It's a visual metaphor for the absence, staring right back at him. The whole scene is soaked in stuckness. Jin's not moving. He's not breaking down. He's just existing. Suspended in the heavy silence, where heartbreak isn't allowed anymore. Next, we transition back to the bright scene. Jin stands by the window, gently parting the sheer white curtains with his hand. His movement is slow, careful, like he's afraid of what he might see. For a split second, it feels like a memory, or maybe a fantasy. Se-kyung appears, softly lit, but Jin's body language says it all. He knows it's not real. He's not stepping toward her. He's not reaching out. He's just looking, imagining what could have been. You just gotta let me go. Then reality cuts back in. Jin opens the curtain. There's no one there. Just empty space where someone used to be. This is grief disguised as daydreaming. Verse 2. Now we cut to a wide, almost clinical space. Escalator, wood panel walls, pristine white architecture. Jin's alone, wearing all black, riding the escalator up. Jin is physically moving upward, but emotionally, he's stuck. The lyric plays. I really thought this was for the best. But look at his face. There's no conviction there. His eyes flick up briefly as if questioning his own words. He's climbing, but not getting anywhere. Next, we get a low-angle shot of Jin standing in that massive white atrium. He's small against a towering building, boxed in by columns and railings. The world feels too big, too empty. He looks up, but what's he really looking for? Direction? Himself? The lyric says, it never worked last time that I checked. And the framing doubles down on his doubts. Now, we shift settings from sterile white to warm, muted tones. We're in an art gallery. Jin walks through slowly, clutching a red brochure. People are around him, observing art, chatting quietly, but he's disconnected. Even surrounded by life, he is isolated. He's not seeing what's in front of him. His head's somewhere else entirely. The lyrics echo. I got this pain stuck inside my chest. And you feel it. He's moving through space, but going nowhere. Then comes a tracking shot. Jin walking through a busy corridor, brochure still in hand. The crowd moves, life goes on, but he's detached. And then Se-kyung appears. Amidst the crowd, dressed in black, mirroring Jin's outfit. It's subtle but deliberate, visually showing how they're in sync again, at least in his mind. The camera first shows Jin looking at her, then cuts to Se-kyung's profile. She gives a small nod. It's such a tiny gesture, but it says a lot, like an unspoken, I'm here. Jin hesitates, but then, without warning, he grabs her hand. They start running. A moment ago, this hallway was packed. Now, it's empty. It's not reality anymore. We are in Jin's mind now, his longing. Right as the chorus kicks in, they run through the gallery. For the first time, Jin's smiling. Not a big grin, just a soft, almost surprised smile. It's a memory, or maybe a wish. They run through an empty gallery, hand in hand. And from there, past memories flood in like a montage. Se-kyung in white, the two of them eating, walking through rainy streets, laughing with the city lights behind them. It's warm, it's beautiful, but you know it's not real. It's Jin clinging to what used to be. Then we return to the cups. You see, they aren't just props. There are stand-ins for Jin and Se-kyung. Throughout the rest of the music video, we get 3 short cup scenes. And between each, we cut to past memories, happy ones, painful ones, the whole emotional spectrum. First cup scene. Jin holds a gray cup, lightly tapping it against the white cup across from him. It's almost like a toast, a tiny, casual gesture. But here's the thing. Given that Jin's own outfit in the following shot is gray, it's safe to say this cup represents him. And the white cup, that's Se-kyung. That soft clink is contact, connection. And right after, we cut to a memory. Smiles, shared meals, eye contact. For a second, it feels like love. Second cup scene. This time, Jin picks up the gray cup, peers into it, then slowly puts it back down, slightly away from the white cup. There's distance now. Right after, we cut to harsher memories. Jin and Se-kyung facing away from each other. An argument flares up. There's tension, physical distance, even a moment of pushing and pulling, both literally and emotionally. What was once connection is now unraveling. Third cup scene. With a small nudge of his finger, Jin pushes the white cup further away. He doesn't throw it. He doesn't smash it. He just pushes. A visual goodbye. Right after, we get the coldest memories. Faces turned away, fights, distance. The relationship hits the point of no return. Now, let's talk about the final act, the Let Me Go sequence. We're back on the rooftop. This is where it all started. Se-kyung walking away toward the car, Jin standing still. But now we have the full context. This was right after their worst fight. At the start of the MV, Jin just watched, resigned. The lyric there, I really thought I made up my mind. That was a lie. Now jump to the end of the MV. Same rooftop, same wide shot. Jin is still standing there. But this time, something shifts. When the outro hits, don't say that you love me, 'cause it hurts the most. Jin moves. He runs. It's not subtle. It's a deliberate counter to how the MV opened. He's no longer accepting. He is chasing. Literally chasing after Se-kyung, who we saw earlier, walking away. But here's a twist. While the song says, let me go, Jin is doing the opposite. He can't let go. And here's where it gets interesting. The music video cross-cuts to a different version of Jin, dressed in black, sprinting through the night. It's not real. It's his emotional state, running in circles. Then comes a Singapore flyer scene. Jin and Se-kyung sit back to back, both in black. No eye contact, facing opposite directions. The skyline is gorgeous, but the mood is suffocating. And right above their heads, the sign reads, no exit, literally written on the capsule door. It's a perfect metaphor. This relationship might be over in reality, but emotionally, they're trapped, spinning in circles, no exit in sight. What's going to happen now? The final scene brings us full circle. We're back in the car, but this time, Jin's inside too. Not outside, not watching her leave. He's next to her now. Both of them are wearing white again, like visual bookends to the story. White was the color of their separation at the beginning, but also the color of their happiest moments and their worst fights. Now, it feels like a reset, or maybe just an unfinished chapter. But here's the thing. They're not facing each other. Se-kyung stares out her window. Jin stares out his. That cold distance is still there. Then, quietly, Se-kyung sneaks a glance at Jin. Just a second. And right after, Jin does the same. A subtle glance in her direction. Their eyes never meet. But the tension, you can feel it. It's subtle, but it says everything. They're angry, they're hurt, they're exhausted, but clearly they're still thinking about each other, still wondering. The car keeps moving. There's no resolution, no big answer. The relationship might be broken, but it's not erased. They haven't exited the vehicle, literally and figuratively. They're still in this ride together, even if they're pretending not to be. And that glance exchange is a perfect, unresolved ending. Because in the end, Don't Say You Love Me isn't about big, dramatic breakups. It's about what's left unsaid. The glances, the memories, the cups left untouched. And sometimes it's that quiet, that stillness that hurts the most.